time for the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide, known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks. Now he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. And Simeon, the thinker and contemplator, bringing you insight and knowledge that is logical, thoughtful, and on point. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff. So buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon is live. Roll, Tide, roll!
Roll, Tide, roll. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, and that means we can have a toss-up Tuesday. We can have a throwback Tuesday. We can do whatever you want. But what we have planned for you is the following. We're going to talk a little bit about Alabama's great baseball season with a disappointing end. I have to say it that way because I'm feeling a little deja vu up in the house. Feeling a little deja vu. Is it Xavier's fault or Simeon's fault? Reason Alabama baseball is headed back home, being outscored 23-2. But anyway, we're going to talk about it. Also, basketball hit the court. Little bit of good news, preliminary good news for Alabama basketball as they hit the hardwood. So we'll talk about that. Also, the saga is over. And with the saga ending at Texas Tech, did we turn a corner? Or did it just put us on another pathway to major change coming in college football, college football? We always talk about this like it's everybody, guys. The reality of it is it's really just football that we're really talking about. But football drives everything. And so is it possible that you could see a consolidation of a couple of leagues? Because I think egos and feelings will be hurt. And will the commissioner of the Big Ten, Simeon, and will the commissioner of the SEC, Xavier, and Maniacs, want to shut down the influence of guys like Cody Campbell? Will they want to put him on the outside looking in? Because if he's over a conference, is Texas Tech going to become the new Texas of the Big 12? Y'all remember that, right? So
Yep.
if they become the Texas of, because that's what everybody's giving Texas a breeze here. Y'all know that's what stuff like Texas used to do. Had their own network, took all the money, drove all the rules. They're just trying to fill a void. The question is, will they in some way try to shut them out, pull over a couple more big teams out of the Pac-12 and the Big 12 and Pac-12, I don't know how they're going to survive, but the Big 12 and the ACC, and you see some type of combination. We'll talk about it. And then based on timing and stuff, we got I thought it was interesting, Saturday down south. Every once in a while I jump over, see what they're talking about. They have a top 5 passing leaders in the SEC, okay? Number 5 is Sam Levitt, LSU. Number 4 is Marcel Reed. Number 3 is Alabama. Which guy did they pick? Number 2 is Trinidad Chambliss. And number 1 is Arch Manning. So we'll break all those things down.
Yeah.
We'll break all those things down. So
To add to that, I saw a list of how they felt the top running back in the SEC would be, and if it falls that way, Alabama's definitely going to need to be number three in passing yards.
yeah, yeah, and so we'll bring that into the conversation when we get to it. It may be today, maybe tomorrow, based on timing. Remember that this is a day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. DC will not be joining us today, so we invite you to take his seat at the table, Maniacs. 205 342 9904. 205 342 9904. Or you can always post your thoughts, comments, and reactions in the live stream chat. So we invite you to get in that way as well. Guys, one of you guys take it. Which one? Which one of those topics you want to hit first? Is it the Texas Tech saga? Is that where we go?
Or do you want to just,
Get to baseball.
recap baseball real quick?
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately,
Well, I was told I wasn't allowed to really watch it or pay attention to it because it was Alabama. The two games I watched was outscored 23-3. So at least Alabama scored. No, the two games I watched, I didn't watch this game because I wasn't allowed to. But I did come back and check. It was about the third inning, and it was already 7-1. And I think what happens is that the teams just get on Alabama so early in the game that they're always fighting uphill. And I'm not like I didn't play a bunch of baseball growing up, but I just feel like that it's once a team gets 4 or 5 runs in the first 2 innings, unless you're just somehow can light fire on the bat, it's really hard to get that momentum back if you're the team that's down by 5 or 6 runs early in the game.
yeah.
Yeah, baseball probably is the hardest sport to come back in when you think about it, because football, one play can get you 7 points. Basketball, you can go on a run in 2 minutes and score 9 points and get back in it. Baseball, you got to get around that diamond, and the hardest way to do it is in that one shot.
Well, it's not just that. You in all of the other sports, even if you throw soccer in, I can be on the off. I can be on the defensive side of the ball and take it from you and go score.
Yeah,
Okay. In soccer, you can be going for a fast break. I can take the ball from you and go. I'm gone.
yeah,
And then the momentum starts rolling because I can do that multiple times back to back to back. In baseball, if you're batting and your bat's hot, you just keep rolling. So so I can't steal possessions, and I get 9 opportunities in baseball. That's it. I can't manufacture. There's no
anymore.
turnover. I can't steal it. I can't take it. So when I get down, I have to wait till it's my turn to try to seize uh, momentum. Right in basketball, you're going like like it's like a two-way player. Like that's why I said OG should have been the MVP of the finals, because that dude was playing defense. He was taking Wemby to the hole. He was challenging him. He was doing on both ends of the court, right?
See, and I have to disagree with Jacob. He says baseball has a lot of individual effort, but and yes, I kind of get what he's saying, but it has to come together as a team.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, what he's saying is, if a pitcher's pitching, it's one guy up the bat. If that guy don't do his thing, It don't matter. The rest of the team can like I watched Brayton team play and I watched Deuce team play. There were several times when Deuce team had the bases loaded, but one kid comes up to bat. 3 people did their job. Then one kid comes up and strikes out in and over. Or
Yeah, like if it's a bases loaded with 1 out and one guy the batter hits a ground ball to second base, all of that work was for nothing because that's a double. I mean, that's an easy double play, and just you got all those hits, bases loaded, and now you leave with absolutely nothing.
So it's the ultimate individual sport and the ultimate team sport all at the same time. It's like one individual, like most of the time, like if you're playing defense, one guy misses it, you still have a chance because the other 10 have a chance to make a play on that play. 10 guys make a block, one guy doesn't, you still may get the playoff. You still may score a touchdown, not just get the playoff. In baseball, one guy can shut it. You know what I mean? And it can happen in the other ones, but like I said, I think it's the biggest thing is your possessions, if you want to call it possessions, are limited. You only get,
27 outs.
27 outs. And you only get, it's like in football, I can get down to 4th down and recycle possessions. I can intercept it, so all that. So I think we're saying similar things, but I do want to say Alabama baseball, it did leave a taste similar to Indiana, 23-2. But we have to remember this is something that had not happened for baseball, especially in
26 years.
In the 2000s. Just say last time Alabama got there, it was a 1 when you started saying the year. And we're over a quarter of a way into the next century, and Alabama's back there. So kudos to Arlon. Disappointing ending, but great season. And hopefully they can build off of it. I see that what's his name is definitely building off of their success on the softball. It ended disappointing, but they seem to be getting some superstars, some game changers. They're going to have a little bit of that Texas Tech in softball. I don't know if you guys saw that or not as we go to break here. They're bringing in, so they'll have a righty and a lefty that can dominate from the mound, similar to Texas Tech, that messes you up. And of course, in softball, you can go back and forth in pitching. We'll be back on the other side. We'll transition the conversation. Stick around and see where we're going. You listen to the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your terrific Tuesday. Getting off to a nice and quiet start, as we typically do. If you're traveling on McFarland, no worries between Watermelon and 43. And Lurleen Wallace is also pretty green for go from 15th to McFarland. Moving on 2059, you are okie doke from University of Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Save more at Townsend Nissan. Sentra, $195 a month. Rogue, $288 a month. $6,000 off Pathfinders and 3 years of free oil changes. Townsend Nissan, your family in the car business.
It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota's Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on their versatile lineup, helping you turn dreams into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer, Tuscaloosa Tractor, today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0% financing available, or save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. Sell in soon. Stop by Tuscaloosa Tractor at 3921 Skyland Boulevard East or go to Kubota.com.
Hey, man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up. Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh. Well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. Mylocalcustomers.com.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Wet pattern in place here as we move on through the rest of this week. Heavy rainfall expected each day here right on through Friday. Showers and storms in the forecast here today. High today near 80. Rain and thunderstorms continue tonight, low 70. 87 tomorrow with showers and thunderstorms, and that holds true for Thursday with a high 85. More storms Friday, high 85. Richard DeWetting at the Weather Channel for Town Square Media Tuscaloosa.
It's 72 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
The sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team. The Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Before we get back into the conversation maniacs, we want to tell you about our sponsors, and Dixie Battery Supply is who we want to talk about right now. And that's Dixie Battery Supply. They supply all of your battery needs. They buy junk batteries. So if you have some junk batteries laying around, they can get those off of your hands. Matter of fact, I have a couple that I need to take to them. They buy those junk batteries. They also buy, listen, everybody's finances are a little tighter. The economy is going up, gas is going up, and maybe you're looking for somewhere where you can get quality and value, and Dixie Battery Supply will get you that. They can get you that reconditioned battery for much less than the typical full-price battery, but you're going to get the same performance, the same cranking amps and power. That's Dixie Battery Supply, physically located in Tuscaloosa, Northport, and Bessemer. Stop by and see them. If you want to send them a message, go to DixieBatterySupply.com. All right. With that said, we're going to transition the conversation. We had several comments, but I do want to just highlight congratulations to Vaughn and that entire team and the successful season they had. Ended on a disappointment. Maybe that disappointment drives them in this offseason to be hungry and work harder. Speaking of being driven in the offseason, maybe that's what's happening with Nate Oates and this basketball team. So let's bring in Alan. Alan, you're in on the Empowerment Training Consulting Hotline. What's on your mind?
I heard another voice that I ain't heard in a while. I just want to make sure I heard of Xavier. I just want to make sure that's him. You know, I didn't heard him in a while. Just make sure he's still alive. So I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
My question is this, Martin. We know. Okay, now Holloway, he got the second chance program. That means that most likely his conviction was adjudicated, correct?
Well, what happens in the second chance program? Let's just take him out so that people understand that what he got put into is offered in Tuscaloosa County all the time. Okay,
right. That's almost everywhere now. Yeah,
right. And the cool part about Tuscaloosa's is it's the district attorney, the prosecutor who is offering this, not defense attorneys, Alan.
Right. Correct.
It's different than most. Most places, it's the people who are defending the people who are giving them this opportunity. This is the person who is assigned to prosecute them, and they go through and they pick people out. Now, they have to plead guilty. Okay, so in order to be a part of the program, they have to admit that they violated the law, felony conviction. Now, but here's the thing: it doesn't remove it from your record, but the conviction will be moved. You now, because the conviction can be removed, you're now no longer a convicted felon, but you were arrested for being a felon. So and now they have the option that they can now pursue getting it removed from their record. The rest.
Okay, so basically he don't have to go through a pardon. They'll just basically put it on the administration docket, and if he completes everything, it'd be like it never happened.
It would be like he was never arrested. I mean, he was never charged. He will still have charged. So if someone looks, ask, have you ever been arrested? He will have to answer, or they will have to answer yes.
So it's not completely. Gone. It's just the felony's gone.
Yes.
Just the felony's gone. Okay, my question to that would be this. Well, first of all, he's going. You brought up something a long time ago when he first got arrested. Like, hey, you don't never know who did it. But now he's gonna know who did it because he's gonna see the discovery. He's gonna know exactly what happened, exactly who turned him in, exactly who made statements on him. He's gonna know everything. Everything. If it's a former player, or if it's a current player, if it's anybody, he's gonna have all the evidence that they got against him in the discovery.
Did he not get stopped? Did he not get stopped prior to this happening, Alan?
I'm not sure. I thought they came to it. I know they came to his house.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he was pulled over for something else before this, and they saw stuff, and that started.
That started, but still, it just pulled. I mean, if they pull you over, Martin, or pull me over, and they saw it, they didn't take me to jail. Then what they do? Start investigating me from there. You still got that arrest warrant to go in the house. What's the probable cause?
That's what I'm saying. Is he may have his own stopping. Remember the David Palmer situation?
David Palmer, oh yeah.
Once David Palmer, now the one where he ran into the back of the car, that was 100% on him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The other times he got stopped, I'm not sure it wasn't because they knew who he was.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure that David Palmer was doing anything differently when he was driving than other college students were doing when they were driving. In other words, you see a college kid leaving the strip or coming from a place where alcohol is served, and you recognize them. And I'm not saying they profile them. I'm just saying so chances are,
Right.
probably what? Driving drunk. I'm not saying that.
Okay,
but
well, we knew he was.
Yeah, I know he was. But what I'm saying,
We know he was.
In that situation, once you put yourself in that situation, you have now put yourself on their radar, and it could happen. So I appreciate that. You got anything else? Go ahead.
Yeah, but my question is, with that, Mark, okay, if they got him for that, whatever they found in his car, but they didn't go to his house that day to get it. They did an investigation. What prompted them they have to have somebody else, credible person, to say, hey, I bought it from him, I did this, I did that. Just that initial stop may get them investigating him, but somebody else had to say, yeah, I bought that from him at some point in time.
Unless they watched him.
But still, somebody coming in and out of his house, you going to give a warrant for traffic? Coming in and out of somebody's house? He's a college kid.
No, I mean, I don't know what.
I like to see this, I like to see his discovery and see what happened on that.
Yeah, I don't know how. I figured it's possible that a drug dealer would have turned him in. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking too. I like to see who his discovery was, to see what happened with that. Okay, I was just wondering. All right, thank you much.
But yeah, appreciate that. Hey, but real quick, thanks, Alan. Guys, y'all can come in on that if you want to. I really don't know the specifics of it, and even though I'm part of the program, I don't see any of the casework, anything. My job is to come in and encourage them that they have a second chance, and that they need to maximize it. So. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Jacob Powell, guys, I don't think we ever really directly addressed it. Jacob Powell said, so did the NCAA not require him to take a drug test after he got in trouble for that? I just don't want Bama to go through saving his spot, then the NCAA come back and say he's ineligible for drugs. We all know Bama judges don't take our side when it comes to NCAA versus us.
I don't know what the process would be from the NCAA side, if there's anything that they can do. The big thing is
they can't retro. I mean,
no, they can't retro. But the big thing for him is getting back into school. He's in the program, getting back into school. Once he gets back into school,
he's in school, isn't he?
Is he back in? Because I know
I think he's been.
He got reinstated. He got reinstated a while back.
Okay, he did. I didn't see that part.
Unless something changed. I know initially he was out. Then after they did the investigation and the plea and all that stuff, I mean, his court, he was back in school from everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but to answer the NCAA question, from my understanding, I wish DC was on to get his opinion. But Simeon, I don't think that they can't go back. Like, for instance, they can't go back and say, hey, I need you to pull a drug test from January. If he's clean now the NCAA has the ability to come in and ask for a drug test now.
Today, yeah, I mean,
but what happened back then? You know, and I don't do drugs, never sold drugs, never plan to. But they say don't ever use your own product. So I don't know that he wouldn't pass a drug test anyway. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of time it's like Vegas. It's like Vegas. Vegas doesn't have a gambling problem. Vegas doesn't use their own product. Vegas gets everybody else addicted to it. So I don't know that. I'm being Martin. But guys, when it comes to hoops, let's hit it on this side. How big a deal is it that Alabama starts back practice and Big O's on the court? Because is that yet another puzzle piece for 2026-27?
Absolutely. That's a big puzzle piece because he's a big man, but like
literally
he's
and
just,
figuratively.
yeah, literally, yeah. Um, and I think he could give Alabama even a more physical presence than I think they would have this year without him. I don't know what Nate Oates is doing. I know he has it all figured out, but I'm telling you, this team is shaping up size wise and seem physicality wise to be different than his teams in the past. So I don't. So having Big O back as well, being a what 6'11", he was 250 plus. I know, and so being able to have that physical guy in there is they need that for
Yeah.
what they want to do.
Yeah, just imagine how big they can go if he is medically cleared and ready to go. You look at him and Felder out there together, combinations of him and Garrison, Davis Fleming. This you get him back. It also lets you play Keaton Bristow at the 3 when you want to, depending on how you line up, which it points more
Or
to
or
Amari Allen.
they may play the kid from Boise at the 3 and Bristow at the
So at
4.
the 4, it,
They
it
go at
gives you
the yeah.
it gives you a lot of options, but the best option it gives you is playing Amari Allen at the 2.
Yeah. Here's a question I have for you. I watched the Nick series. Now there's MVPs and all that, but the unsung hero of that series,
Josh
nobody
Hart.
talking about this. The guy he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn shooting the ball. He's the worst free throw shooter in NBA history. Mitchell Robinson.
Oh yeah.
But that dude made plays on the offensive board, on the defensive end at moments where he had Wembanyama just out of sorts, man. I mean, nobody talks about how important that offensive rebound was. And I mean, he did that so many times. And so can Nate Oates steal a little bit of that? Because they have a Heckle and Jide at their 5. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at Big Cat and Robinson, they're two totally different style players, but together they make the complete center. And Mike Brown just did a masterful job of when to play them and when not to play them. Uh, and so I hope to see some of that because I think they bring Robinson in as an enforcer at times and just say, make Wembanyama just wear him out, make him work so hard that he loses his legs and want to quit. And I think that, like I said, he's the unsung. Nobody's gonna ever talk about him in that championship down the road. But he made key plays down the stretch. I think in every game, whether it was his defensive effort, and or not, even though he's the biggest liability to be on the court in the history of the NBA. So he is. They showed a stat. He's the worst free throw shooter in NBA history. He shoots worse than I do. It was less than 38%. I mean, I
Worse than
closed my
Shaq
eyes
is
and get,
crazy.
huh?
Worse than Shaq is crazy.
That has to be a mental thing.
Yeah, you should go to the Scoop and Granny at that point. But anyway, but hey, let's get the break here. If you guys want to talk a little bit more about basketball, we'll get on the other side. Let's transition to this Texas Tech saga. It's finally come to an end. I'll give you guys a chance on the other side if you have any closing thoughts as we ponder over it during the break.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your terrific Tuesday. Getting off to a nice and quiet start, as we typically do. If you're traveling on McFarland, no worries between Watermelon and 43. And Lurleen Wallace is also pretty green for go from 15th to McFarland. Moving on 2059, you are A. Okie Doke from University of Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
Hey, I'm Richard Adams with Adams Services, your local experts. Don't let power outages disrupt your life or business. With a Honeywell generator, you get reliable backup power to keep everything running smoothly. For a limited time, a free 10-year parts and service warranty, as well as financing as low as $189 a month. Give Adams Services a call at 205-339-6540 or visit us at adamsvcs.com. Your local experts.
Taco Casa, quality, taste, and value under the biggest cactus in town. They've been doing it the right way each and every day for 50 years and counting. If you're looking for a great option for lunch and or dinner, then you need to check out Taco Casa. Taco Casa, and while you're there, don't forget to get a big glass of that sweet tea. Visit them online at tacocasa.com. That's tacocasa.com. Quality, taste, and value on the biggest cactus in town. That's Taco Casa, tacocasa.com.
Van the Boot Man here, inviting you to shop any of the Irvin's locations for that special Father's Day gift. Whether you're looking for a pair of Justin, Double H, or Ariat boots, or a pair of Carhartt, Levi's, Wrangler jeans, you're sure to find just the right style and size at Irvin's Working Western. You can also treat Dad with a nice wallet, belt, hat, or case knife from Irvin's. Irvin's has been locally owned since 1964, and the friendly, knowledgeable staff will assist you in finding that perfect gift for Dad. And if you're unable to choose that perfect gift, Dad is sure to appreciate an Irvin's gift card. I want to thank you for your business and again invite you to shop Irvin's at the corner of Highway 69 and McFarland Boulevard in Northport, or the Irvin's at 242 Skyland Boulevard East. Tell them Van the Boot Man sent you.
Be sure and check out the Irvin's Clearance Center Wednesday through Saturday on Highway 43, 5 miles past Northside School.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more, or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
All righty, welcome back into the Martin Houston Show. Martin, Xavier, Simeon, P. Phil said, Mitch Robinson, free throw shot has no arch. Your mom and I were watching it, and she said, "Ooh, that's how bad it was." It like he threw the ball at the rim,
no touch. He's like no soft finesse, nothing.
Yeah. Quick sidebar: Wemby in the fourth quarter, guys, his 5 games was 6, 10, 15, 5, and 3. Think about 3 of those games they lost by 1 point or 4. If he just gets 8 points, 7 points, anyway, we're looking at a totally different champion. All right, guys. But I think it was that big wear down on Mitch Robinson. Maybe Alabama have some of that in this year, where we don't run into those big physical teams like Florida in the past and just
lose by 30,
and
lose by 30 every time.
Florida was putting 30 on his guys, and they were hitting like 75 to 80 of their points in twos. They weren't even shooting 3-pointers. So we have to fix that, but hopefully Big O goes a long way to do that. All right, Texas Tech saga, guys. Was this a turning point? Did the athletic directors and the conference, the presidents, conference presidents, and athletic directors, athletic departments, Did they garner power, or did the NCAA garner power?
It depends on who you ask. Because through some statements, he was stripped. They stripped him of.
Okay. So what was Campbell's response? What was Campbell's response, Simeon? You mind reading?
Oh my God!
I will read just a small part of it, but you can go find it on Twitter and search up Cody Campbell for the full excerpt. But it says, "We can't just stand idly by while the system crumbles around us. These same deep beliefs and feelings cause me great sadness to inform you that Brendan Sorsby will not be part of the Texas Tech football team this fall. He will be stripped of the opportunity to continue to develop as a better and stronger man, stripped of his last opportunity to compete at the highest level of college sports, and I pray that he can stay on his path to recovery."
Texas Tech will continue to provide the support and recovery resources Brendan requires on this journey. He's going to be in the end. Some team's going to take him in the supplemental draft. Don't know who. Some team will take him prior.
Did it happen? He's going to have to wait.
No, it hasn't happened. It happens in July.
Okay.
That's why he's not playing. He probably got somebody told him and said, "Hey, bro, we're gonna take you. Just go ahead and come on."
Yeah. Well, and what somebody told me is you're gonna fool around and fight to stay in college
and have a
end
bad
up
season.
getting ruled ineligible, and you're gonna have to sit out a year. Where you have a chance. Now, it's not like this guy is some superstar. I don't know what the crazy.
No.
I don't know why they went to the mat for this guy, but look at Campbell's statement, guys. Stripped of, deeply saddens me as the sport, college sports crumbles around us. Dude, you're part of the reason it's crumbling. He's part of the reason, and then that he can be a better young man. And I hope he does become a better young man. But he wants us. What he's saying is, we're going to give
feel bad for him
we're going to give access to an alcoholic. We're going to give him access to alcohol while he's in treatment for alcohol, and hope he gets better. That's what if that came with some type of counter offer, a partial suspension, a partial ineligibility, instead of this 2-game thing, I would feel totally different. But the fact that you're trying to tell me that you think that the best thing for this young man right now is while he's in treatment, that he's still a part of the team. There was no consequence to him. So,
yeah. But I think what did it was the Big 12. The Big 12 was they filed a lawsuit earlier yesterday against Texas Tech. The Big 12 itself
and the Texas AG,
got
involved.
So that's what did it, because they were not planning on backing down. Because you remember Cody Campbell just a couple days ago, we're ready for a gunfight, we're ready to fight, and well, you didn't.
And Lisa Rawls asked a great question, because supposedly there's still pending investigations in Ohio and Indiana. And if they're not wrapped up, will that impact his NFL supplemental draft reality in July? I don't think it will, Lisa, because it's a condition. This is someone like the NFL already have their draft picks for the season. So if they get to draft him, he's a bonus. Okay. If they lose him, they're already going through OTAs, their roster's already full. So I don't see it. I think they would draft him knowing that it's a possibility that he could have some down the road issues, but I think they'll still draft him.
Yeah, I think he'll still be drafted. It got to be such a joke from Cody Campbell on down through the fan base of, oh, well, what about this situation? They tried to use the Keishon Beauty situation from LSU Well, Kayshawn Beauty was in the process of being suspended, but he was a junior and he entered the draft. They brought up Calvin Ridley doing it as a pro, like he wasn't suspended for an entire season.
Yeah,
all of these examples that they used to try to justify what they're doing, there was a punishment.
There was a consequence to it. Yeah, every one of them. So that's what was interesting about it for me. What I want to talk to you guys on the other side, P. Field said NCAA needs a new lawyer team. I want to point out, guys, the NCAA, this was the one time that they were consistent on their rule. The NCAA ruled him ineligible.
Immediately.
This was not the NCAA. This was a local lawyer going against the NCAA's rule. They had a clear rule. They followed their rule. And that's the point, that the reason I asked the question, who comes out with the most power? ADs and athletic departments and presidents of schools and conferences, or the NCAA? Because the NCAA couldn't enforce their rule. These other groups got together and said, no, we're not putting up with this. Is that the ticket? I've always said it. If you can't punish the players because they don't have a collective bargaining agreement, the schools you can punish. And if they'll hold each other accountable, does that change the playing field? We'll talk about that. I also want to get you guys, you all both played football and other sports. How do you think this was impacting the locker room and the team? Would they have fallen apart potentially if they don't make this decision? And does it give them a chance to be a better team in 2026 and beyond? We'll be back on the other side.
Here's what's trending on the Tuscaloosa thread.
Good morning. Here's one of the top stories we're following for you this hour. The Northport City Council has unanimously approved a resolution authorizing city officials to move forward with initial planning phase for potential City Hall relocation project. Northport City Hall used to be a department store decades ago and is now in need of some $4 million in repairs. Click TuscaloosaThread.com throughout the day for more West Alabama news, sports, and weather coverage. It's free. Don Hartley, Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. We've got some trouble right now on 2059. Now, in the westbound lane, you have an accident there that is just before Hargrove Road. And so that's got you bunched up right back to Skyland Boulevard. And on the eastbound lanes, do watch out for this one. It's just before Buttermilk, and it has you pretty tight back to Skyland Boulevard there as well. So lots going at activity going on 2059 right now. And with your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
Save more at Townsend Nissan. Sentra, $195 a month. Rogue, $288 a month. $6,000 off Pathfinders and 3 years of free oil changes. Townsend Nissan, your family in the car business.
eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Cypress Supply is proud to host a Milwaukee tool raffle for Will Roberts and his family. Stop by Cypress Supply and purchase a $100 ticket for a chance to win the grand prize, a Milwaukee M18 Fuel Tool Kit. 100% of the proceeds will be donated to Will Roberts and his family. Buy a ticket, change a life. The winner will be contacted once all the tickets are sold. You don't have to be present to win. To purchase tickets, Venmo at Brandon-Massengale or bring cash to Jess Sumner at Cypress Supply.
After a wreck, everything you do matters. Say the wrong thing, your claim is denied. Miss a step, evidence disappears, and the insurance company closes their file. That's why you need protection now. You need someone who knows the process and protects your rights from the start. Call Ms. Rayno. Dial 900-9000. That's 900-9000 for a free consultation, no fees unless we win. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be formed is greater than that of other lawyers.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac. never lies.
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Join the Hunter Whitley Butterfly Initiative for a special weekend supporting our veterans, military members, first responders, and their families. Tee it up at our golf tournament on Thursday, June 18th at Old Colony Golf Complex. Then continue the fellowship and relaxation at our Veterans Retreat on beautiful Lake Tuscaloosa, June 19th through the 21st. Team and sponsorship opportunities are still available. For more information, visit our website at butterflyinitiative.org or find us on Facebook and Instagram. Together, let's change the narrative.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Tuesday edition of The Game, we'll feature Mike Detillier, WWL, the big 870. We'll also have a chance to talk to Brett Greenberg. All coming up on the Tuesday edition of The Game, starting at 2 p.m. on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 1230 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app. Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. We're live, local, ready to get things rolling. It's now time for the Harvest Church 2-minute warning. And guys, I went and just pulled this up, and I'll read this, and then we can respond. The NCAA lacks legal power to enforce its rules against players because federal courts have repeatedly ruled that the NCAA restrictions, particularly those capping compensations, violate federal antitrust laws. Boom. So anything coming that can be viewed as antitrust, they have no leg to stand on. Additionally, players have successfully used the state laws and court injunctions to bypass penalties and secure eligibility. So they're an association. The only people who have to go by their rules are those who have committed to what? To abide by them.
Right.
So that's why they don't have any power. With that said, guys, does this Texas Tech scenario increase the likelihood that these organizations, the NCAA, the Big Ten, the SEC, deal no deal? Does the Big Ten SEC break away because they have to silence Cody Campbell? Y'all understand Cody Campbell is behind this big act, okay? He's the one that's financing it. He has the lobbyists. And one of the rules that nobody's talking about, it has a lot of good stuff in it, but one of the rules is the Congress begins to make the rules for the future of college football. Well, who makes the rules for Congress? He who spends the most money through lobbyists. So Campbell becomes the power broker of college.
Yeah, well, when you say it like that, yeah, they have to start breaking off because you can't allow somebody like that to just buy their way into that much authority and power to have control over all of the college sports. Or will it just be college football, or was it all sports?
No, the
it'll be
sports act is
everything.
all of college sports.
Yeah.
You just saw what they did. He was the driving force behind Texas Tech playing for in the World Softball World Series.
Yeah,
he's the same guy.
So deal no deal. Do you see this potentially? Is this enough to make the Big Ten and the SEC break apart and pull a few other teams with them and create this NFL-type college league? Or are they going to all just keep submitting to the NCAA, who they just proved they have no power, but they do when they collectively work together?
I would say deal. I could see this being the tipping point. This is, like you said, this is the tip of the spear when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, I'm going deal. There's no way you can let that
Literally,
happen.
because all the other conferences they don't want the Big Ten. It's kind of like, well, we don't have any power against those guys. They've won of the last 26, 27, since 2000, last 27 championships or 26 championships. The Big Ten and SEC, the teams that's currently in those conferences, have won all but 4. Clemson twice, Florida State once, Miami once. And of course, guess who they're going to ask to join them? Clemson,
Clemson's,
Florida State,
Miami.
and Miami. Right? And then you divide those conferences and guess what this also does? I think because of the way that they're structured, we're crazy right now with the travel, but all of a sudden, if they become 2 major conferences, they can put the teams back in their spots, in their pods, in their respective regions.
Missouri moves up. A couple of those other teams in the ACC move up.
Yeah, and you look at the Big Ten, all of a sudden, the Oregon and USC.
USC makes sense.
Big Ten West, whatever they call it, right?
Yeah.
So they put them all back in their regions, and then those teams play each other. I personally love it. I mean, I think it would be, and then P. Field says, what happened to Notre Dame? Notre Dame will be forced to play ball.
They either get in or get out.
I think that they would have to play ball. So it's an interesting thought, but the big thing is, I think Cody Campbell, they cannot let him maintain it because he still is a power broker.
Yeah.
Because that bill is still moving forward. Even though he lost this battle, the war is if he can get that one act. And if he gets that, will it force these other guys' hands? We'll talk about that and more. We'll talk about the 5 on tomorrow. We promised to get to this. The top 5 predicted passing offenses in the SEC. And will they Xavier said there's another company article about the run game. They got Alabama 3rd. Which quarterback did they pick? Was it Mack? Was it Russell? We'll talk about that and more on tomorrow. Remember this, trust in the Lord always. Lean not in your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Hey, that's Simeon Houston. That's Xavier Houston. I'm Martin Houston. That's Chase Brumfield. Thanks to the Maniacs for all the calls, the comments, the reactions, and everything that you do to make this a home for Alabama sports. And this is the Martin Houston Show, the Sound of Alabama Sports. Your show, your team. Roll Tide, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.